Hello everyone and welcome. My name is vAaron and today I am bringing you the maximum damage Trickster Rogue loadout ready for when you guys enter VoS, or if you may be in VoS already and you're not putting out the damage you want. I have edited the previous build. So the previous build was actually focused on getting your stats and ratings up there. Like we had accuracy at like 49k or something like that. But in this one, our accuracy is actually at 39.6. So accuracy isn't really a big deal, like at all, in terms of DPS, which is why I've done this build, which is solely based on damage percentage. And without further ado, we are going to get straight into it, and we are going to start with the character sheet. Again, we got the Gristro helms. We haven't changed that, but we have got a power armor kit on. We've got power on all these left-hand side pieces of armor. We've got the rib cage. We've switched the lion guards out for the spike defender. It helps with survivability and it also helps with damage when you get hit. So it's a nice one to have after the lion guard nerf. Even though the Lion Guard nerf hasn't really affected the rogues too much because it's just so easy to get the stacks back up, I think this one, in terms of survivability and damage percentage, I just preferred this one more. Okay, we got the Lion Guard weapons, and let's inspect. Got two assassins and a lightning enchantment. I'm on AoE right now. I will show you the rotation as well, but the rotation hasn't changed from the original video. I'll link the stat cap video in the description below if you guys want to have a look at that, because I know people like to focus on stats more than actual percentage damage, which is fine. Everyone's going to play the game how they want, and we got increased damage by Julius Flurry on this. Offhand, Lion Guard. The modification, originally we had accuracy, we have now got combat advantage. Forte, you need more Forte to increase for rogue, power, combat advantage. Deflex severity isn't really a biggie. But yeah, that's basically the Lion Guard weapons. And we've switched out the combat advantage boots. We have actually got on the rusted iron leggings. This is simply for percentage damage. The healers should be able to cope with you using these boots. I don't see why an endgame healer would struggle. But we have got a dark enchantment in all the utilities. In the defense slots, we have switched to tactical, which I should have done for last video, so I apologize for that. But we switched the brutals to tacticals, and I'm focusing on ranking them up because they're only rank 13. We are using the Star Shard set, as always, with the journals. That is just my go-to. I don't really care about using the music box set for AoE. That's the expensive way of doing things in the offense slots. Assassins, and down this right hand side we have armor kits of combat advantage on there. Now we are using one of the rings from VoS, which is basically increased crit strike rather than having the 2900 on the Tom ring. And we are using an encounter power ring, typically because for AoE on the Trickster Rogue, the encounters are what give you your damage. The at-wills are more single target. So once you do the AoE rotation, the mobs will be pretty much dead. So this is going to increase the damage of them encounter powers with them not being melee encounter powers. So yeah, definitely use that ring. I believe it came from the Redeemed Citadel, but I think there's one in Tom that you can get if you really want to. Again, we've got the power shirt. This is just going to increase the power while your stamina is over 75%. And we got the leggings. We got these leggings because they do defense awareness, two of the most important defensive stats. And we have got a Tenebris right there on that shirt. Always have one Tenebris with you. We will go now to the Boons before we go to the powers. So we'll go to the Boons, and we have switched a few of them around. Shout out to Rocky, who basically fixed all this for me. But we've got rid of the accuracy boon. Accuracy, again, it's not a big thing on this build. And we have picked up some awareness. And we did get rid of the undead. damage versus the undead, and we did pick up some defense. And the stronghold boons, it's on XP simply because the movement speed boon is coming very, very soon, maybe next week, I'm not sure. We've got the awareness boon on, and we've got the crit severity boon on. Pretty standard. Awareness is very important this mod because the bosses have combat advantage. Sorry, can't talk. Okay, we'll go straight to the companions. Again, these haven't really changed, but we've got the Stoldorf, 7.5 combat advantage. Got the Phase Spider, Forgotten Instincts, Black Dragon's Insight, and the Alchemist. Again, these are pretty standard for a lot of rogues. Companion gear, we got the crit strike, the crit severity, and the crit severity. We are a bit low on the crit severity right now, but that will sort itself out with the help of mythic insignias. We got acute senses. What that's going to do is it's going to basically cap out our percentage for combat advantage. So that's again really important for that stat cap. We are using Zuna. Again, it's best for AoE. Everyone knows that. It is expensive, so if you want something else, I would go probably with the Air Archon. Air Archon's good for single target, but it's also known to be good for AoE as well. And yeah, we'll go over to mounts. We got collars. Collars is simply for the item level. If you take one off, then your base damage is going to go down because item level is important now. Never used to be, but it is now. But we've got 2 Warlords inspirations, which is going to be companion damage. As you can see, bottom right there, going to be 20% combat advantage. Companion damage, sorry. Then we got Gladiator's Guile. That's just simply for movement speed, so you can get to the mobs first and be greedy and selfish. We got Combatants Remove. It's going to increase your combat advantage every time you control an enemy. And Balthorn does work with this, so as long as you got the Balthorn on, this is constant. And then on AoE, you've got your Smoke Bomb, which will control the enemy as well. So yeah, you have got powers to proc that. You have got things on your build to proc it. Then we got Assassin's Covenant just to get rid of some defensive stats and increase your offensive stats. We only got 1 of them now. We did used to have 2, but that's basically AoE. We'll go over the powers. Again, these have not changed from the last build. We have Julius Flurry, Gloaming Cut, not biggies at all on the AoE. Blade Flurry, Path of Blades, Smoke Bomb. Again, these are go-tos. Smoke Bomb is going to increase that combat advantage, really nice. And then I'll talk about the rotation in just a sec, but I did cover it on a previous video. Whirlwind Blades is the only AoE one you want to use. Shocking Execution is for single target. And we're going to go with class features. So this is the best setup that I run with. I run with Skillful Infiltrator. That's for the movement speed again. Get to the mobs first. And by the time you drop your Smoke Bomb, Path of Blades, and Blade Flurry twice, they're pretty much dead. And then Oppressive Darkness, which is basically combat advantage. Just extra magnitude on your combat advantage of hits. Okay, so I did mess up in the previous video. I put Julius Expertise. I didn't have that on, and I had Skullcracker. Skullcracker is for single target. So basically, you just want to go bottom, bottom, top, top, bottom. This is just standard for any rogue. I don't think I need to go into greater detail. This is just what every rogue runs. And let's get into the AoE rotation right now. So you're gonna run up to a mob. You're gonna pop your artifact, all that good stuff, and you're gonna Path of Blades, and then your Smoke Bomb, Stealth, Blade Flurry, Blade Flurry, and then if more mobs are being dragged to you, because let's face it, it is VoS, you can then pop your daily. Oh, and also, if we go over to mounts, right here, Explosive Equalizer, opportunistic for combat advantage. Really important because we lost them boots, so that combat advantage is going to help. And the Explosive Equalizer is, in my opinion, it's the best AoE combat power out there. So give these a go on this build. And yeah, your stats should be where they should be. There you go, combat advantage at 90% because of acute senses. And yeah, we're going to get out of combat and we're going to go over the single target real quick. Everything's the same on the single target, I believe. Yeah, we took off a companion, but again, we have switched the encounter ring on this build, and we've actually got striking ring in the master. We are looking for a VoS ring. We're looking for the opal ring, which will do the melee damage. But because our single target is all melee damage, we have actually gone with the melee damage ring. But everything else is the same. Oh, and if you're in a VoS group, I'd recommend using the Frozen Journal apart from the final boss. Put your Envenomed on the final boss or put another debuff on. But everything else is the exact same. Tunnel vision, don't forget your tunnel vision, need your tunnel vision on single target. And we've got the Black Ice Prospector. Again, you can use the Air Archon, or if you got the Cold Iron Warrior is best in slot. I'm working on getting him slowly. We have changed Fallen Instincts, which is the Redeemed Fallen companion, and we put on Batiri to help us against the boss fights. And yeah, 2 crit severity again, everything's the same, so there's no biggie there. So without further ado, we are actually gonna get straight into the powers. Again, it's the same at wills, unless you're in LOM. If you're in LOM and you're at the second boss, to kill the boulders, put on Cloud of Steel, throw your daggers at them. And then your encounters is Wicked Reminder, Assassinate, and Lashing Blade. Pretty standard. And then Shocking Execution on your daily. And then the class features have actually changed. Kind of one of them has. We got Invisible Infiltrator, and that ties in with the actual rotation, so I'll talk about that in just a sec. And we got Oppressive Darkness again, combat advantage, 20 magnitude damage, it's a no-brainer. So here, we actually switched duelists for Skullcracker. Thank you to those in the comments section who reminded me to change. And we're basically doing bottom, 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 top, bottom. Again, it's pretty standard for rogues. I don't think I have to get too far into that. But let's get straight into the rotation. So there are 2 rotations. There's one with a daily and there's one without a daily. The one without the daily is pretty easy, but we'll do the one with the daily. We'll go Artifact, we'll go Stealth, Wicked Reminder, Daily, Mount Power, Stealth again, Lashing, and Assassinate. That is your whole rotation for a single target when you've got your daily. And then when you haven't got your daily, you're going to want to go in, pop your Artifact, pop your Mount Power. Well, no, actually, apologies, that's wrong. Pop your Artifact, click your Wicked Reminder, not stealthed, and then click your Mount Power. And then you click Stealth, Lashing, and then Assassinate. Now, the reason we do this is because you want your Lashing to crit, because it gives, when it's stealthed, it gives it 50%, I think, 50% crit severity, which is really important in getting that harder hit in. But that is basically the maximum damage build for VoS. Try it out, let me know what you guys think. This is the build I'm currently using for VoS, and the numbers are really high. Oh, and for single target, I do add on the Balthorn, which will keep that, it'll keep combatants remover procced all the time. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.